As many of us fly home, we will traverse landscapes with uncertain futures. The only real certainty is that they will continue to change, and our ability to adapt in the management of these changes will be crucial to maintain the integrity of our life-giving planet.
It requires scientists to step forward to the edge of their knowledge and really beyond it, to try and give information into decision makers so that they can make more balanced decisions. It's an uncomfortable job. It's based on understanding as much as real data at this stage, but we can't afford to wait. If we wait till we have real data, there will be very few rivers to look after.
Attended the session on adaptive management. Was very interesting, and there you see, of course, that although there's lots of knowledge, there's still a bridge to gap then to apply it into real plans which really do matter in reality.
Adaptive management approaches will involve a decentralization of power to manage the resources, power to make decisions about the resources at a local level.
We can learn from our history, and what happens, we can have good seasons and we can have bad seasons. And how do we adapt to these good and bad seasons? So it will be a completely new way. Instead of predicting when will something happen, we will start predicting now what are we going to do when this happens. It's a different kind of prediction, so a different kind of management. It's adaptive.
One doesn't just spew it out so that the policymakers can or can't take advantage of it. It's up to those involved in research to make sure it's understandable and accessible.
I was fairly straightforward about the role of scientists, but many scientists feel it is not their job and that there should be a translator somewhere in between. But I think we have to break down that barrier and make sure that scientists actually consider this part of their job. The trouble is their reward system is publications in peer-reviewed journals. They usually don't get rewards for making their information available and accessible to policymakers.
So the more we interact, the more we discuss issues together under the same roof, the more we get to know each other better. And then it clears all these wrong conceptions we have about one another, like academics versus, let's say, government officials, that kind of thing. So you get to discuss issues together in the same roof, share ideas and so forth, and then it helps a lot.
What has happened in this symposium is that everybody has been policymakers, community members, community leaders, and researchers as well as development practitioners who are helping communities, real communities out there in the Delta. So partly that has been achieved.
So to me, this week has been very rich in that we're getting information from different places, and some of the information we can use in our systems. Okay, we hear from this area that this is how they did it, this is how they handle this kind of challenge. Maybe we can adopt that, or we can borrow that and make it fit into our circumstances here and there. So it's been really a good week for me personally.
I'm thinking it's a very good initiative to bring all these learned people here, but I've got a very big concern that the community, they are not going to benefit from this, to my own view. And I've been going around and listening to different presenters. To me, their presentation is exactly what the community members, the information that they pass is exactly what the community here very much need.
We need to make sure that the communities do not lose those things that they have depended on for livelihood. As we or tourists move in, companies move in to invest, we have to make sure that something is put in place to ensure that these communities also benefit.
I'm just overwhelmed the progress that has been taking place. I mean, when I came first time, Moun was a small town. There was 200 kilometers of dirt road to get here. Now we are flying in, we have hotels, we have guests all over the world. So what I'm taking in is that in the Western world where I come from, we always tend to think that Africa is sort of still primitive, backwards, but it's growing so fast, it's developing so fast that we can't imagine. Sometimes we can't even follow it.